Good morning, good morning. So I greatly apologize. We have Tony Lee as our guest this morning, but there's a little bit of a delay. And so as soon as he is available, then he will come on to talk with us. So until then, I didn't want you guys to keep waiting because it's been like 20 minutes. And so if you've marked off time from your books, I apologize because, you know, it's just the way it goes some days. And if not, you just get a look at my mug for a while, and we'll just turn this into a pop-up live Q&A, which I always love to do, and just kind of pick each other's brains on marketing to application of products, about products, anything that it is that you guys need advice on, or my nerdy nail opinion. So good morning again. So those of you just tuning in, there's a delay. So this morning I have Tech Talk Live with Tony Lee, and I'm super excited. And so when he is available, he'll be able to come on with us and share his knowledge as well. Good morning, Michelle. So like I said, I'm just going to turn this in the beginning into like a pop-up live, and you guys know that I just do Q&As during that time. You can ask away, ask questions. Good morning, good morning. So it's 10:20 in the morning here. Very rainy day. We're supposed to get a blizzard that's going to last the next 3 days. So it's a good thing that I have all my fireplaces, my real ones, going in my house. This one actually does really well. You guys always make comments about my fireplace. It's glass, and I love this thing. It puts off some nice heat from my room. Love it. All right, ask questions. Pick my brain while you have me. Ooh, it's loud. So I'll ask you guys questions then. Have you guys ever been on a cruise? And if you have you ever been on any of like the Nailstar cruises? And if so, what was your favorite part? What was your least favorite part? I need so much advice because something special is kind of coming. Hint, hint. I'll release more details as it comes up, but I'm super excited. So, have you been on a cruise? What was the good in it and what was the bad? Well, I guess I'll just pick a topic to talk about until you guys can ask some questions. Once again, we're just on a delay with Tony Lee, and just waiting for him to be able to come on and be our guest. Until then, I'm just taking up the time and the space because I know that you guys marked off time from work and from your family to be able to watch this, and so until then, you get a look at this mug. So let's talk about, let's use the theme of being late. So if a client is late, how much time do you give them before, you have to reschedule, or before it might impact the rest of your day? And how much time do you guys normally give? I give about 15 minutes because I have a pretty close book. So if 15 minutes I have not heard from them, I actually pick up the phone and call them, and I'll say, oh my gosh, did you forget about me? And then usually they go, no, I'm on my way, I'll be right there. And then I just know that when they come in, I have to make sure that I'm prepared, which I am. And then and then I just talk to them that I still do their nails though. I just might not do artwork or as fancy of artwork or something like that. So I still do their nails. If they're 30 minutes late, that kind of pushes it a lot farther. And I still do their nails, pure basics, no color at all. And then if they're later than that, I just have to reschedule them, because likewise, you're not going to be able to give quality work. And then in a week later, when they start having repairs because you threw on product, then you're going to have to try to squeeze them in again. And so I don't do that. So 10 minutes, 15 minutes, yeah. I had a client last night that was kind of like that. I called her after the 15 minutes and I was like, did you forget about me? And she was like, yeah, I thought my appointment was on Saturday. And they go, no. And I always confirm their messages or their appointments through Messenger. I always confirm it that way. That way we can always scroll back and, make sure of the time and stuff. And then I always write it down while they're here and so they really get quite a few opportunities to miss an appointment. However, with that being said, she was like, I thought it was Saturday, and then another excuse came up and another one, and I was like, oh, I think she really did forget about me and didn't want to tell me that she forgot about me. And so we did. We had to reschedule her appointment. And I don't ever get mad about it. There's nothing we can do. And I know that if I forgot something, I would hope that in turnaround fair play, treat others the way that you want to be treated, that they would treat me with respect still and not be like, I can't believe you're late and now I have to reschedule my whole day. I would never act that way. I would just say, it's unfortunate that we weren't able to do this today, but when can we get you back in again? And you just move on. Jessica is one of the admin in our group here, so she's in Australia, so she's on the opposite time frame. So if I recall, Jessica just told me a little while ago, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning there and she's still awake, which I know many times I've done the same thing. I get on the social media and then I can't turn it off. It's fun, isn't it? It's like addicting, huh? But Jessica says, I also always confirm the day prior. If they don't respond, then the appointment is forfeited. Yeah. I send them the messages, but then I don't just forfeit it. I message them more and say, is everything okay? Because like where I lived before, I'd done these clients for 17, 18 years. And so you got to know if they were, the chronic late ones, or you got to know if they were the ones that were always like 5 minutes late, then you just knew that. But if they fell out of their normal routine, you picked up on that, and I could be like, something's not right, and so communication is key, right? And then, yes, you're naughty. So those of you that have not met Jessica yet, or if you've had a chance, she has done a lot of tutorials, and she does them through her YouTube channel. And we are working on getting Jessica to doing workshops and a little bit more live tutorials and stuff. It's a process, and it takes courage, and it takes the willingness to go live like what we are right now, and to just go with it. And sometimes that's hard, So anyways, Jessica, if you haven't checked out her YouTube channel, she has quite a few videos on how to, and they're really good. And then Jessica says, if no responses, I tell them, unfortunately, they have to reschedule. Yeah, exactly that. So let's talk about the opposite end. What about the clients that always show up 30 minutes early or 10 minutes early? 30 minutes early also impacts with the client that you're still currently working on. And at the end of the appointment, you guys are in some pretty good conversation, and now somebody's walked in, and then it's that awkwardness. Now, in my old salon, because I had a full salon, so tanning, massage therapists, estheticians and all of that, there was always other nail techs that they could say hi to. We had a little coffee bar, so they would go get a cup of coffee or a soda or something. And so there was enough room for them to like intermingle. And I would always tell them, I see that you're 30 minutes early. Come on in and, sit down and relax. I'll be with you in 30 minutes. And so I would remind them that they were the ones that are early, that the time that I had allotted for them is not the time yet. And so when they're like 10 minutes early, you're just at the end of a client, but maybe you need to get up and go use the restroom. Maybe you want to go get a cup of coffee yourself, or maybe you have to make a phone call that you scheduled in during that time. And once again, if I'm available, I'll say, I see that you're about 10 minutes early, and so I'll be with you in about 10 minutes. I need to do this. I marked off to be able to do this. And so that, once again, that communication's key. I can tell you that sometimes for me, I get more like anxiety when the client is 30 minutes early than when the client's 30 minutes late. Because when they're early, I feel like the pressure is on me to have to hurry up and be done and be on with them. But when they're late, to me, it's more on their end, and then I accommodate to that. I'm ready at the time that their appointment was scheduled. So it's always interesting to see the different takes on all of that. Oh, hi, Anita. Good morning, or good evening. Like in Jessica's case, really good morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. And then Brittany says, do you charge a cancellation fee? Like they confirm the day before and they cancel the morning the day of. So Brittany, I've done nails for 26 years, and I can tell you I had a situation. So my son had an appointment at a chiropractor office. And okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys. And so anyways, my son had an appointment at a chiropractor office, and I was unable, I forgot it. So I was unable to go, and totally spaced it out like the entire week. I got a letter from them that was we marked off this time for you. You were disrespectful to us in our office, which if you guys know me at all, that was never, ever an intention. I read this letter and I was so hurt by this letter on how they treated me without asking, like, what if I was in an accident and this is the letter that I got? Or what if something big happened? And so you don't know what's happening on the other side. And this letter opened my eyes to a whole new world. One, I didn't realize that me forgetting would make them think that I was disrespectful. That hurt me the most, was that word disrespect. I could see, we see that you forgot your appointment, there's going to be a fee, blah, 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 but the word disrespect really hit home for me. And so I'm really touchy on when I talk to people about missed appointments or something that, I definitely don't use the word disrespect. I do say I allotted this time for you, and you know that my book is really busy, and so therefore it might be a few weeks before I can get you on, but I will put you on a cancellation list. And usually on their own, because of the communication, they tend to still pay me for that missed appointment because they know that I was unable to get another appointment in on short notice. But I've never charged a cancellation fee, and I've never ever sent somebody a letter or a message that spoke to them the way that that letter spoke to me. So if you've ever been on the end like me, where you had somebody say, you were late, you're charged this, you're going to have to wait a month to get in, that makes you not want to go back to that person. So therefore, I keep those lines of communication open and just say, I'm really sorry that this appointment was missed. I don't care the reasoning. The point is it was missed, and it's their personal part. I don't want to know why they missed it unless it was something bad, and then I would like to know, because then I can help them. So no, I don't charge a cancellation fee for that. Guys, I see Tony's on. Let's bring you on. Yay, I'm so excited.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Let me see it another line up. Hi there. How you guys day going?
Well, so far so good.
It's hard me on the
How
phone right now because I on the busy on my time right here. I'm sorry I missed the other fun part. So hi buddy.
Well, good morning. So all of you, this is Tony Lee, which we all have, I'm sure every single one of us have seen videos, multiple videos of what you put out in your lives and stuff like that. So once again, thank you for coming on Tech Talk Live, and good morning to you, Tony.
Good morning, Emmy, and thank you. Take me into the room, and I'm happy to be here and then answer a question and want to know more people in the room. So thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So, well, Tony, let's get started. How did you even end up in the nail industry? What made you choose this as a career?
I'm my generation with my mom and family. All my family do nail, and my mom. I start see my mom do nail when I'm just a baby, but I don't think I can do nail. I'm a visual hairstyle, and I become to my mom sponsor me because she is come here by both. That's the way I say that. But she sponsored me come here, and I'm working for her because help her out to do her business. Because first I want to be the designer for computer, but enough I do now, and I start from there.
Yeah. Do you ever think about still being a designer for the computer?
No, not at all. I still want to do now. I love to do that.
You know, when I got in years ago, I was going to be a paramedic, and I did. I became a, you know, the basic emergency care tech, and then I became an EMT, and I did that for about 5 years. But I also owned the salon at the same time, and I realized that I didn't like it. It was, I could not break away my heart and my mind from the trauma that I saw. And I'd walk in the salon, and the girls were drinking coffee or wine and saying, "Oh, you just missed it. We had a great day." And I kept being pulled into like going back to the salon. And so I haven't looked back since. I've done this ever since then. So I can understand where our mind wants us to be in one way, but our passion puts us in another direction.
Yes, it's okay for me to say is the talk into my personal pace.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you know, my work I'm working doing now. So first thing I know is you have to be challenge yourself, so you can love what you're doing. Because if you don't challenge yourself and you feel like the job is boring, so I
Yeah.
think it's to have for all people to be a nail tech. You don't step the same step. Because when you step the same step, you start to see the job is not too normal for you, and you feel like it's boring very quick because you think about just pack your bag and go to work, go. And what I think I learned myself is, any day you learn the different way, that matter, right? And
Mhm.
you make your way how you like it, and you push yourself more level. So make your client happy, and your client come back to get more different stuff what you're doing. So that help you out to set your business and have to be humble what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. So true. And you're right, being humble about it as well. So, how long have you been licensed as a nail tech?
I've been licensed for about 14 years. It's kind of up and on because I first, like I say, first, I cannot find by myself who I am. Yes, so I work for me. Just pack my bag, go to work, don't care what I'm doing, and I quit my job for years, and I come back again, and that's come back, and I feel like I have to do something different. So up and on, maybe about 14 years.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So then later on you became an educator. So what put you into the educator level? Was it like, did you become an educator with a company or go independent?
Oh, this is the thing that's really strange because I just do for my small town. My small town about 100,000 people, and the thing is, I just go to promote my. I just want to promote my company out. So I just go ahead to put all my picture on Facebook every single day. I put like 100 of them, my picture in there, and become like I post pictures to some group. And lucky I know one person asked me to teach the class on IBS show, and I just get so much nervous. I say, oh my God, you want to learn from me for real? And I think about this, and you know what? I say, you know what? Just go for the game. And I just go this class for IBS, so they invite me to do that. And first, of course, you're not born to be teacher class. You're born to be learning, right? So when you're
Yeah.
learning and every time you learn more, you get more better. So after that, I become educator, but I don't even know I'm a educator. But after that, people respect my work and they love my work. Again, I not stop from there. So we would love to learn from me every single day.
Yeah, absolutely. And now you've gone even to another level and you have your own product line. And so how did you get into what made you decide I want my own product line, I want to do this?
The product line is so much different. You know me, I used to be an addiction with my product. I buy every single thing I see, even the cheap one, the good one. I buy everything. Do I use all of them? I think to myself, one day I got to use them. One day, I don't know what day, but one day I come back and my client asks me for cheap that stuff. I can use it. But I think about it sometimes it's become the working on product. I feel like some product they don't focus on the nail tech. They focus for themselves to sell more out, right?
Yes. Hmm.
So do I
Yeah.
jump in or you jump in the internet? Mine, right? It's hopefully not mine. Internet gets cut up sometimes.
Uh-oh. I can see you just fine.
Okay, that's good. So let's continue. So I've been I can see a lot of product come out sell there, and a lot of them sometimes they work only 20%, and the rest don't work at all. They get a lot mobile or a lot struggle to make it work. So not only the nail tech have to go home and mix up them to make sure you like it. Mix some liquid
Yeah.
on to work the product, or mix some clear on. Some product combine to make sure they work right. So I start doing that. I start making a lot of color because I buy a ton. So by the way, I'm addiction. So I have to fix my addiction. I have to fix it. One fixing is, and a lot of ask me say, Tony, where's your product? Tony, how come you hide your secret? Tell us what your product. And after that, I said, you know what? you know what, I'll we buy from you. I say, okay, just sell it. And I start to sell a little bit, but you know, we sell a product, you better be careful because you have to have somebody stand on your back and take care of you too, because you can't go out there be somebody sell product and you're nobody. No one, some people don't even know you, don't want to buy your product, and so you have to go with somebody stand out like big brand or some brand really stand out there already. Some brand have a setup already. So
Yeah.
and Mitsu is the company contact us and they say we look for the Jupiter. And I say, I don't want to do with Jupiter. I want something better with Jupiter. I want to be friendship with Jupiter. And she said, yeah,
Yeah.
we can do that. And we work, we on it with them a long time. We come to work with the Jupiter work with Mitsu, and we come by the MitsuAmerica.com. And after that, we asked on the design by Tony Lee's product. So that's for Mitsu, they're all about gel product. They're not about the acrylics. And we push the Mitsu go with the acrylic powder, but they don't have a lot of selection. However, we asked on the us designed by Tony there, so they become a little bigger, and I'm happy because a lot more sound like the line designed by Tony Lee's. It's awesome. So
Yeah,
a lot of work,
absolutely.
a lot of
Oh,
work.
I could only imagine. And so, you know, I've had Helen Zing on before with Miss You on Tech
Yeah,
Talk Live, and what a delight to work with. And so I've learned over the years that as techs, we can hold ourselves back from going to the next level. And I've done that for many years because I didn't have the confidence in saying, oh, well, I'm probably not good enough. No. And you bypass the opportunity to work with some big name people or big companies or, you know, whatever the scenario is. And so I have this theory where I tell people all the time that you just have to say yes. You don't have to know the details, just say yes and go with the flow a little bit, and you're going to be
yeah,
amazed at the opportunities that come your way. And like what you did with Helen, instead of saying, "Oh no, 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 I don't know, I don't know, I don't know," and then giving the insecurity out there, at some point in time, you went, "Yep." You didn't know what you were getting into, but yep. And now with your product line, you listen to people and you're like, yep, I'm going to do this. And you just go with it. And then you go in it wholeheartedly. And so I love the yes.
yes. I mean, I think if you take a chance, it's not too bad because at least you do one time, you don't have to think about it. Because if you don't take a chance, you will keep your mind think about, okay, I may do it, and one day you feel upset about you don't do it. Of course, the list of falling down every time you do new stuff. A lot of juggle, a lot of hard work because again, when you do a product, you have to cut back what you do and nothing because your hours just have a limit time hour. And my problem is I still want to do my client. I still love my fashion about do nail, but I still do sell because sell is kind of challenge. It's a lot of work because you have to do shipping out product and you have to organize your product. You have to take complaint from customer. So, but the key to come back to you, come back is you get the extra income with your family. So that helps for a lot, and you start just be picky what who you are, and you move from there. So that's very good.
Yeah. Yeah. And so does your family help you with your business as well?
No, my family said no. They just say I'm too bossy. I'm too oppressive. And you know what? We call it the business. I say have to do this as family, family, business, business. So you can't take a family, go to business. So on way you talk to family, you say, Tony, you kind of hard on me. You yell me this time. I say, I'm not yelling you. I just tell you exactly what has to be done. Because what happened is then I'll come back to you to come back for me. So you don't want to get trouble. And you know, I've been to find people to work with me is hard because they have to come with hard work. Because we come a team. So we respect each other. We will share the team to make it better work. But again, you know, they come with the hard work and they come with the uh, you cannot take advantage. And the thing about it, a lot of people doing that, they take advantage a lot in this time. And we have to be careful who you deal with sometimes. This is hard.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It really is. And you know, I've learned over the years of the same thing. You know, I've had like, you know, family members want to come in and help in my salon and stuff like that. And how do you tell your family member that the only thing that you really need help with is cleaning or like the bad stuff? Like all the
Uh,
good stuff that they want to do is what I want to do too. And so there's always that
yeah,
struggle of what position do you give them? Oh, I'm sorry, you only get to answer phones, but I
yeah.
get to have the fun.
So
So
I
fun.
mean, this is like I mean, this is so good to doing this, and I think it's a fit my addiction very well because I buy stuff a lot. So I think I keep doing it until like I cannot do anymore. But so far,
Yeah.
we do so well, and we have a lot of joy to be work with us. So not only you see that happen, we go to the show, we see a lot of Asian work with our team all the time, right? We want all people. We just not accept only we are the nail tech. Doesn't matter who you are. You can be yellow, you can be ring. I still take you to be work with us because that matter. I think that the reason the cool thing about the nail is you get doesn't matter who you are. The nail connect to anybody. Anybody can be the spot of the family or the group because we are kind of have the one thing direction is just the nail. So that's a good
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
and that's good.
Yeah. So Tony, when it comes to business, there's so many products out there, as you well know, because you and I have
Yeah,
both invested into many, many, many of them. But the ones that we continuously stay with are the ones that we relate with the person that owns it, or we relate with the person that we deal with that company. And obviously with you, all these people, I mean, when you go live, you get thousands of people watching you and they relate to you. They'll buy into what you're selling, but what they're buying is you. And I mean, you're professional, you know how to describe and to lay the product where we can understand it, and you really are a true educator. And so once again, your product line that you have is you. So it is a good thing that you kept yourself as the main person in there.
yeah, it's hard because this job is about. I think
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on. I get disconnected there. Some reason. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I'll be back. People
Okay.
call me for some reason. I forgot to turn off the thing. So the thing with my product is that, like it's hard for me because I very picky when I'm pick out. So it have to be different. Everything have to be different. Are you still live?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything have
And
to be different. So even the product, everything, the quality have exactly what I'm respect. And when you apply application and when you use the drill bit, everything have exactly what I'm doing because people will respect my work, and that's why they buy from me, and that's why I don't want to trick them everything. So
yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
make sure what I'm used, what I'm sell. But of course, when you do live video, the picture totally different on the regular picture. You have struggle. Sometimes will say, how come the color different? How come the drill bit different? Say, of course, you take the phone out and you take a picture, right? Some phone you
Yeah.
will see is the different the color. Some phone you see better color. So it's
Yeah.
hard for the to perform sometimes.
Yeah, so so true. When people bring me inspiration for their art of what they want on their nails, sometimes they'll look at the color and they're like, "Oh, this is brown," and I'll look at it in a different page and it looks like a dark purple. And so I'm like, "Well, what color do you want?" Because I have this array of colors. So rather than
Yeah.
always mimicking the picture, tell me what you want. And so, Tony, where do you go for inspiration on nail art?
So what does that mean? Like so what your question?
So,
Sometimes my English have a little limited, so I want to understand what you're trying to say, so I answer
yeah.
correctly.
So, like for me, late at night when I can't sleep, I'll get on like Pinterest or Nail Art Gallery and I'll screenshot pictures and kind of put them into an album. So when a client comes in and says, "Do whatever you want," I go to that for my inspiration of like, I think I want to do this today. And so, do you have like a site, or do you go by with what they're wearing? Where do you pull your inspiration of what you're going to do on the nail?
So the key way to do business is the first is I get all yeah, of course you have to do homework. You have to go all people picture and see what they're doing and see which one you can get your head and get ready. So if
Mhm.
you have customer, it's, I don't call about the skin tone color, but sometimes you have the white customer come over and you have to see what skin they have, what dress they are, what their functional are. So if they functional are, it's the more like classy. You don't want to bring out something that's red, tacky looking, and you have to
Yeah,
bring in something that's better for her to fix her style. Go
right.
when you come out of the color and say, hey, this color for you, and you put it inside paper towel, tear the color, and put it in paper towel, and look at her and say, you know what, that's just awesome. I like that. And that's how people like it. And then you have a customer come over, their skin so dark, and say, Tony, I want black, and then you want to do that. Then they look at the picture, but not look at your skin totally different, that skin color, and it will kill your nail really bad. So when a customer hear you say that, they don't want to get it done. They make sure you get the right color for themselves, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Like if they tell me they want pinks and I pull out a few pinks, I always try three of them on them because sometimes, a pink might turn orange on them or a pink might turn red on them. And so you're right about that for sure. And then I let them narrow it down to the final color of whatever we're going to use.
And the
So,
design I think I working on for what kind of style they wear and what kind of request me to do. Like some customers say I want more bling,
yeah.
and you can look at them and say, you know what, honey, I know you want more bling, but I can tell you go to hack this nail so badly because I see your style rate. You want I want to put a little bling for you. Of course, you have to be honest because a lot of people just say, you know what, customer will link go all link. And after that,
Yeah.
the customer come home, they're upset about it, and they think you take advantage of them. So have to be honest and have give them what they want. Don't give them extra if they don't think they want it. Can be
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah, it goes back to that communication is the key. Do the consultation, find out exactly what they want. And then while you're prepping is when you can kind of steer them whichever way you need to. It gives a little bit of time, but the
Yeah,
communication is key. So when you choose colors for your product line, how do you know what colors are going to be popular or what colors to choose?
that's why the homework at nighttime. I sleep only 3 a day, 3 hours a day. You let people know already. I keep talking about video. I sleep 3 hour days, and that's how I keep tracking all my stuff and my inventory because problem we are a small business. We don't have the partnership. So every time we come out with product, I have to be really be careful when I come out. I want to come out so many and I am stuck with them for a long time. So first you have to form how you make design with this, how it can look like, and how you make your light love and come back for that kind of color again. So I have to see what a new fashion today. And of course, already, this year, yellow mustard is ugly color I ever see. So we'll go with that because we'll like it a lot. But you make a yellow mustard become a popular yellow mustard. So yeah, add some glitter there, some shimmer there to make sure they like look like yellow mustard, but it's still like glitter yellow mustard, not like solid yellow mustard, right?
Yes, yes. Do you think that I think sometimes the fashions come in style because nail techs need to get rid of a certain color we've had before it expires and go bad. So we just make it popular, make it look good so we can get rid of it.
Sometimes, but sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I think it's just the I like the fashion. The fashion now is like all the big companies that try to bring back old style. So it's nothing new, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's nothing new. Like your hair right now, you have perfect hair and pretty, right? Now you look, believe it or not, they go come back with a big hair because they
yeah,
come back with a multi different color now. They go with yellow, green, blue, apple, green, everything like that. So I think it's just
yeah,
they may go back to the old fashioned again with old color, like a rye color.
yeah. So I'm waiting for this to come back into fashion. Are you ready for this?
Oh my god, I love it as
Big hair. Like I keep telling my
big hair,
hairdresser, I'm
big
like,
hair.
maybe you should layer it a little bit more and I'll go get some Aquanet. And she always tells me, no, Amy, you need to keep it toned down. I'm like, oh no, 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 it's gonna come back big again. So
Yes, yes.
I
I see the
find,
picture before
yeah.
somebody do it. I say, oh my god.
Yeah. So I find that in the nail industry, you're right, the trends continuously come back. But sometimes what's popular in fashion and where like the companies have come out with colors, my clients won't go for it. And so I have learned that instead of buying the entire new color line that comes out, I go down to the local clothing stores. So like around here, Maurice's and maybe some of the bigger stores like, Macy's and stuff. And I go look and see what colors that they're going to put on clothing. And then I buy colors based on the clothes that I see in our local stores. And that's been my best bet. It's that. So I just go for that.
That's that's a smart. That's where that's a that- yeah. I think that's a good idea because I think it's people people go back and see something. You the only thing you have to focus. You have to go to the people collection on the fashion and you can get idea because that's why you don't have to buy too much and get too much product and you don't use it. Like my that
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah. So, so true. Oh, wonderful. So, Tony, what's next for you? I mean, obviously your plate is already full, but what's your goals in the industry? There must be a delay.
So my goal go to be I want to I want to be something is I can help people out to understand the product work, and I want to come out anybody. My goal is everybody go good now, and everybody good do good product, so we don't have to compare about a cheap nail and good nail anymore. I would like to see people have happy everybody, and then they will get the good nail and no more damage nail. So I just focus on something better product every day. It is hard because sometimes I use something product I think it's good, but come back it's not very good. But I have to
Mhm.
test it every single time. So I hope one day I can make everything good, but it's a long way. But I have only have a goal set up. My goal, a lot of goal. I have a lot of goals set up.
Yeah. And so what shows are you going to be at this year that maybe we can come and see you?
Uh, you know, I keep saying yes all the time. That's a problem. I keep saying yes all the time. So I've been on a lot of shows this year, and now I go to work on a show at Atlanta. So Atlanta, with my friend, had opened her class there this week, and then next week I go to work on the Canada, and I want to test on the Canada, and then I love to go UK again, so I'll get to go back to UK. So I've been have a long way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. So Sarah says she can't deny that your products are fabulous.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. They're a big fan.
Yes. Oh, I think all of us are a big fan. I love to sit there and watch you. And you know what's fun about live is that it's real. And so, if you spill something, we spill something, and we can relate that it's not always perfect. It's live, it's real, and you troubleshoot whatever comes in. And so I appreciate that you go live like you do, because a lot of people won't, because they're too scared of, oh, they might make a mistake, but the mistakes help us learn.
So I think the I don't tell people what do what I do and love what I do. I think it's just like if you make mistakes, all you gonna have to go back and fix it. Don't be shy because anybody make mistake. I make mistake all the time. Sometimes I put the powder on and say, oh, let you try. Let it white up and start over again. So just become yourself because no one be perfect. Even you're a professional, and people watching you right now, they want to learn something what you're doing. So they don't care what you make mistake.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
just
so
do
true.
what the best you can do. And if I think only first and not professional, the ones sit there complain all the time. The ones sit there say, oh, Tony, that's not professional. This not still the right way to do. I think it's just when you do it now, it's no wrong, no right.
Yep.
Because what you understand is what right for you, and what wrong, you have to fix in it. But become to a professional. If you do the right thing for people, help people out. You do not put comment below there and say something not very nice. You give inbox people, send people message, call people, and ask people, you know what, Tony, can I tell you something? That's what you do wrong. Can you help you out? And if I say, okay, I need to take the help, I say, yes, I would like to know what I can get better.
Yeah.
And that's why you help people out. You try to put a bad comment below and ask something like you are a professional. That's when I don't think they're helpful. They feel like you want to intimidate people. And that's not the right thing to do. I see a lot lately. But I try to ignore them really good. So, I mean, so far, I'm doing so well.
You are, absolutely. When you travel around with the different products, some people say that the humidity and the dryness and all of that can make a difference. Do you find that with using one product in different countries and different areas that it does settle differently, or do you find that it's pretty accurate and it's just knowing your product and knowing your ratio?
So, be honest with you, if the product how to work, if you make the product, the first thing that you see is they reaction right away. If they get a little more dry up, that means that two products not go together. Yeah, they are different manufacturing. And then if
Right.
sometimes you get a product and they have a little tiny more color, that means that too much pigment there. You have to check real well to get pigment get better. So I think it's I when I on the video I first time I carry with like two lucky with a product. Every my friend say no way you can do that. It's too much. But so far, if you check in, I don't have no question because lately we are nail tech. We draw with a product all the time. So TSA don't even care anymore. They want long you have the logo say it acrylic powder. They don't want to mention that something else. But I don't think have problem. Normally they take about 2 or 3 days to get a location where you're shipping out because I shipping out like pilots product, and we don't have any problem. But however, when you pack it, all the product, you have to find something strong to protect them because you're not, they break it anyway. When they break
Yeah.
it, they make a mess. One powder break it, they make a whole box mess.
Oh, so true. I had a coral pigment powder break in my package one time, and I had white files in there and all this stuff. I had coral for days, and thank goodness I liked
Yes.
the color. It wasn't mustard yellow. But it does, it makes a mess. And so you're right, packaging and stuff like that is key as well. Barbara says, Tony, you are the first nail tech that I started to follow. You are amazing, and thank you for being you. And I can't agree with her more.
Oh, thank you, Barbara. You know, with me, I think with me, I love my follow people. I mean, people will say like this: when you will watch like my live video, like you say earlier, we have 1,000 who watch my live video. They don't watch just to buy a product. Watch because they support my live video. Because I know it's we will support Tony with live video. We don't see Tony live video just like buy. But to be
Yeah.
honest with you, I don't care that smart. I don't care view that smart because when you go back, I wish I see like 20 people watching it because sometimes people don't have time. And all
Yeah.
the support people support me, all the followers support me. That's why I have who I am right now. Because without you guys, nobody know Tony. Tony is still in a small town. But
Yeah.
that reason why I like it a lot because I have big support and I still have people support me for that long. So that's really good because normally we get. I heard will say when you become the nail artist, you last only 1 year. That's not true. You may
Yeah.
last 1 year because you stop learning. You stop doing perform everything you do. If you keep going perform and keep learn more, we will still follow you because we will respect your work. We will know you're humble what you're doing. So the follow you make, and you don't want to turn the follow down because you simply be the same thing all the time. You have to be different. You have to get into a new nail design, new techniques how to do it, and new stuff, everything. So I think you have to upgrade.
Yeah, so true. And once again, they're buying into you. Everybody in a town can use the exact same product, and what's going to set them aside is you. It's your personality. It's your willing to listen. It's that communication that you give, and your environment. That it's pleasing for them. And you might not please them all, and that's okay because they might not be the right people that you need to focus on. Focus on the
Yeah.
people that can help build each other up, and so so true. When you have a following like what you do, I'm sure you get a whole array of different questions, and I think your following probably has the DIY people and then the professional people, and so everybody's wanting to get the best knowledge from you, and so your attention is definitely being taken. Wonderful.
Attention is good.
Yeah,
It tastes
yeah,
very good, but however, it's just like too much drama sometimes because I have like people say, I text you, Tony, but you never message me back. That's the addiction. Ridiculous when you see. I have three mailbox in my
yeah,
Facebook. I have one is at my friend's inbox. I have another one is my friend inbox. And I have another one is my friend inbox. So every time I check on that's when I say, oh my god, I forgot to answer one message. But I have like a lot of messages every day, so I try to answer one message is difficult. But like I say, you say you have like people are professional and from
mm,
different country, they may do it now better than us. And people they just start how to do now. So that people look at me like something like, Tony, you are the halfway. You might be not professional, but you'll not be the regular people. So
oh,
how I put myself out to that middle right there. Because I said to myself, you know what? I be by myself. I do whatever I think is best myself. I do better the best for my customer. I do better the best for business. So I care less from both sides. So I just trade
yeah,
one, trade line, and keep going. So I think that's the
yeah,
reason why I get better every time. Because before I just say, oh my God, you're right. Her now look better. Oh, I I do too much and her now look bad. So I just have to be in between and say, okay, keep going trade. Totally don't listen to both sides. Just go trade. And that's what you're doing.
yeah. Yeah, I completely agree with you. And I always talk that there's three things that can hold us back as a nail tech. And the number one thing that holds us back is ourselves, that we get so complacent in the products that we're using that we don't want to try new. Why should I try that when I have this? And then the second thing that can hold us back is the client. The client maybe doesn't want something new and they still want the traditional something else. and they won't even let you try doing the pink first and then the white because you've always done the white first and then the pink. You know, it's like they can hold you
Yeah.
back. And then the third thing that holds you back is your environment. Maybe you're in a salon that, like for instance, for me, I did not ever put up any of my certificates, my awards, or anything, because why make my salon look like I'm the only one that's successful when they're successful too? And I didn't like that competition feeling. And so
Yeah.
I held myself back that way. But now I'm on my own. I do anything and everything that I want, how I want to do it. And if I make a mistake, it's just on me. It's no big deal. But I can tell you, I've grown leaps and bounds in the last few years of taking the reins and doing what I want to do and focusing that forward, exactly like what you were just saying.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
So,
hi, Lizzie.
so I
Mia.
think, hi. So I think it's that's what people nail tech should do. I think you don't have to looking for some people think you are do professional. You're not professional, or you know you have to learn from them way or your way. Again, you know when you look at your live video, they try to learn your way. They try picking on you. They try to do that. Try to do this, but only way you can do is you focus what you're doing and don't lose the focus because you keep follow people like you have to do that people way. To be do business a long time, I figured out I not follow. Maybe that's why I say maybe it cost me trouble right now. I'm not focused on nail tech do. I
Yeah.
focus what the customer what they did for me. That's what I focus on. Like the customer said, Tony, I want that shape, even if not look good, but I want it. So you
Yeah.
should make your shape look better for them. So I think it's just why I focus now. I focus my client and I focus nail tech because nail tech they do their own way. You cannot follow them way because maybe you're not used to it. Maybe you touch the business at a different location because location go like different things.
Right.
So become to on nail tech. I think they should just focus for yourself and your client asks, get it done. You should do for them. Don't just think, oh,
Yeah.
you know what, that's not professional. Example like okay, somebody's taking a picture like Tony Lee picture on your shop and say, you know what, I can't do it because this not professional do it. And that's where you trying to get this in a way. You have to do what customer want and try to convert your idea with people idea to come your own package.
Yes.
And that's
Yeah.
how you make this the business is set. I think that's the reason why I keep on saying all the time. I see people will do a lot the pointy nails with the really pretty look competition now. But again, this is not really business because I
Yeah.
don't. I be honest, I've been doing business for 14 years. I never have anybody come my shop and ask for that nail.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
But it looks so
And
pretty. There's a lot of work.
yeah. Mhm. And so around here, I don't get to do a lot of long, pretty nails unless it's like prom time or whatnot that the girls come in. Most of my clients, they really are, you know, a shorter length. They like the tapered square. So sometimes I get to do coffin. Lately, I've been able to do some like almond shaping and stuff. But normally, it's just a short, you know, squoval kind of nail. And so I get excited when I get to do a full set on somebody because then I get to play and I get to show my skills. And I do, I practice and I practice them without a client on forms on myself so that I can perfect it just in case that person comes in and says, I want this. And then I'm like, yes, finally, I get to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so Tony, you did Nail Stars Cruise 2 years ago. How was
Yeah.
that different than trade shows?
I think it's the nail crew is just it's just the different kind of market, but market for I know some friend work on the show, so he tried to come out with the new way to do his perform, and he just hire a lot of nail star to do the cruise. But I think it's different markets. But for me, uh, it's okay. I think because the problem is people don't have that much time to travel. So every time you ask a nail tech, you know, can you do that for 5 days? And the thing about I lose money, and
Oh,
I don't have to make the money. If you plan to go vacation, that's a different story. But we are nail tech, we don't have a lot of vacation, by the way. We have 1 day vacation. We want to come back the next day already. So it's fun. It's not like trade show. It's like a small group nail tech like network. It's
yeah.
not a show. It's network to get all together to perform, to show what you can do to learn some more. It's just more like hang out with an nail tech to learn the new techniques how they were doing it.
Yeah.
And I think it's right. Once in a while we have to do that, but for me, I prefer no both.
No boats. That's funny. So, so let's do some fun facts about you. So, like, what's your favorite country that you've been into or that you want to go back to again?
Still same England because I love my Helen. She's so fun. I hang out with her. I think we not just a partner work for the product. We like best friend. We share
Yeah.
everything. Uh, we we have a same fashion, and she is kind of humble to bring her product out. And I just love the way she do business, and she respect my who I am because I'm very difficult to work with sometimes because I have a moment. So I always have a moment sometimes, and she said, Tony, don't worry. And I think she want to cool me down most of the time. So welcome to come and see Helen. It's just my wish to come see more often. We are a
Yeah,
good friend.
I would love to go hang out with Helen. There's no doubt,
Oh, she is
absolutely.
fun. She is crazy fun.
Yeah. So if so I know trends change a lot, but there's always one thing that us nail techs hold on to, and it's usually a certain color or a certain style. Do you have a color that is still your like go-to color?
Uh, be honest with you, what people know before, I just went into color, right? And my standard color before is the more like neutral or more like skin tone color. Into like lightly for human now, I start do some bright color because summer come up and all people working with me say, Tony, can you bring something less boring because you stay in the same step? You can just get the neutral or ray or toast, and I say, okay, you know what? You want to go right color? I go right color. But I like my favorite color number 19, and
Okay.
my second favorite color is number toast. The 19 is kind of called I call a Rado, and this is for the Rado. It's just really pretty and it glitter and natural. And number toast is go with any skin, so that's why I love a lot to use that color. That makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah. So what we'll do is in the comments, we're going to put a link to your product and your Miss You America US part, and then whatever colors that you like, those ones that you want to spotlight, we'll spotlight those in the comments so that people can see the
Yeah.
colors that you're talking about. Yeah. So, so one last question before we have to call this a closure for today. If you could do a celebrity's nails, who would it be?
I think I pick out Lady Gaga because I'm crazy.
Oh,
I want to
yeah.
go Lady Gaga.
Oh, that's so fun. I love it. And
She
what
will wear
color
my
would you
nail.
put on her?
Hopefully not. Hopefully not meat.
Right.
Hopefully not a real meat. I may do something more gold or black.
Yeah. So once again, it depends on who you're putting the product on and listening to them. But oh, wouldn't that be fun to have a moment with Lady Gaga? Absolutely. All right. Well, Tony, I can't thank you enough for coming on Tech Talk Live. Is there any tips or anything that you would like to share with the members?
So yes, I think it's Emmy she do an awesome job. I think that the way is you have to send your friends go to her group and to because she all invite a lot of people and you learn some more different people background like myself. And I think you guys should join the group and you should get more people go to her group and just come try more what Lavido me. Sometimes we talk about here is not we have for you, but me sometimes you look it back, we help you more to learn how to do business. Again, if I can do it, you can do it. But all you have to do is
Yeah.
put some work, hard work there, and you can do it. Just do that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Say if I can do it, you can do it.
Oh, absolutely. Gosh, Tony, great, great words. And each time I've talked with you, you're so inspiring. And even though we can tell that your business, that you are locked in and you have a vision, you have a focus, you're still approachable. And that's what makes you so unique still, is that we can ask you questions and you give us the honest answer. And I really like that. So again, thank you for taking your time to come on Tech Talk. And I
Thank you.
appreciate you so much. I look forward to working with you more in the future.
Yeah, thank you so much for everybody, and thank you for your time. Thank you. Bye
All
bye.
right, thank you. Bye.